Today we have Unreal Moments Part 2, a bunch of really good cards, not only champions, but also some pretty good budget guys as well. Like Jared Goff's looking crazy. We're going to look at him in a second. But of course, the same way we did in Part 1, we're going to be adding all of the new cards to this tier list right here. S+, must have, Theme Team Demon, Budget, Theme Team Mid, and just straight up bad cards. We have a bunch of cards to add to today's tier list. I do want to mention the half drop. There was like a leak drop with Jaden Daniels. I don't know if he's still coming or not. I don't know if there will even be a half drop next week, the same way we had with Odell Beckham, Pat Tillman, Mike Jones. But if we do get Jaden Daniels and he gets Gunslinger with his speed, he will be QB1. He won't be on this tier list. I'm not going to update it again, but next QB tier list, he will be at the top, most likely, if they give him Gunslinger. Just want to mention that before we get into today's video. If you're looking to add any of today's brand new Unreal Moments cards, head over to MMOEXP for the cheapest, most reliable MUT coins on the market. Use my code FERDY at checkout for 6% off. A link for their website is down in the description. Getting us started today is Jalen Sundle. Even on a Seattle team, he's not the #1 center, so this card would go in bad. He's going to go in bad right here. Bad. Jalen Sundle. Next up, Harrison Phillips. Pretty much the same. This is a very bad card. This card has no strengths really at all. So Harrison Phillips, I don't know what EA was cooking with him, but a very bad card. He's probably the worst card in the promo. As a DT, I mean, I don't know what. He can't stop the run that well. Can't rush the passer. I don't know what the vision is. Jakob Johnson, he is a team chem guy. If you don't have a fullback for Giants, Patriots, Raiders, or Texans, that's what Jakob Johnson is. There's nothing else about this card that's anything special. So we're kind of getting started off a little bit slow here. I'd probably put Jakob in front of Harrison Phillips. As Harrison Phillips, I don't think he plays on any team. Okay, our first good budget card, Alontae Taylor. 88 speed, 87 acceleration at 6'1". This is a card that I would say, like, if you have a budget team, he's worth going after. He obviously would go into Theme Team Demon as well, but I'm going to put him into budget. I think he fits in a lot more budgets. And again, kind of the same thing I said with Alvin Kamara. I mean, the Saints team's kind of starting to get a couple cards here, Kool-Aid and now Alontae. But Alontae, like, if you have a budget team just getting started off, like, he's a good pickup. He's 10,000 coins for that speed, and that build is very good. Yes, the coverage stats are lacking, but great card. Okay, Kevontae Turpin, I think, falls in the same category. Obviously, on a Cowboys team, this card is great. Turns to a Theme Team Demon. Outside of a Cowboys theme team, is he making the good teams? No. But potentially, 92, 91 speed, right? 90 speed, whatever, however your team's built. 87 juke move as well. I would put Turpin as well as Alontae into the budget tier. Both really good budget options, and Kamon is a little bit more expensive as he's an 83 compared to Alontae being an 81. But next up for Patriots and Eagles, we have Christian Ellis. 84 speed, 85 acceleration. This card on a theme team, I would say he ends up in Theme Team Mid. I think on a theme team, he's obviously a usable card. Like, 6'3". I see he's a little bit low, but like if you need to use him, I think he falls into Theme Team Mid. I don't think he's bad. I think it's Theme Team Mid for him because, well, potentially 87, 88, maybe 83 speed for your team. So, or sorry, yeah, no, not 83, 88, 87, 86. My bad, not 83. He's not going to lose speed, but yeah, I put him in Theme Team Mid. I think he's a D. I'd probably put him like here-ish, somewhere in that range, right? But you can use him if you need to, right? Next up, we got Trenton Simpson. This is a card that I think he's budget. I think he's budget as well, but I think he's also, like, some of these budget cards, obviously on theme teams, are very good. 20K, he has to be in budget, but could also easily be Theme Team Demon as well. I actually might put him up. I'm going to put him in the Theme Team Demon, actually. Because a user, you don't rely as much on the stats because you're using the card. So he's right up there with Peyton Wilson as a, if we look at Peyton Wilson, like, as far as users go, it's pretty similar between the two, right? Like, pretty similar. I would probably prefer Wilson over Simpson because of the height and stuff, but I think he still belongs in Theme Team Demon. He turns to an amazing user on that Ravens team. 100%. I put him there. Because I feel like, with Turpin and Alontae, obviously, yes, they're great on theme teams, but I don't know. Maybe he belongs in Theme Team Demon too, but I feel, or in budget, but yeah, I mean, both cards, I guess they all can go in both, which it is what it is. All right, Alex Ward, I'm not going to put him on here. I don't even know how to rate a long snapper, but now we're into our 86s, okay? And because right now, oh no, they're up, beautiful. Okay, great timing. Kadero Hodge does get deep elite. He's 6'2", but these 86s, they do get that special ability slot, which some of the promo cards like Sam Darnold are like missing. People were complaining about that, how he doesn't get gunslinger. I know I was kind of upset by that, but whatever. But 6'2", 86 speed. I would put him in the theme team demon. I would. I think on a theme team, this card, with the deep elite at 6'2", where is he? Oh, there he is. I think he goes low theme team demon around Bucky Irving. That ability, 6'2", potentially +4 or +3 or +2 speed, turns into a very, very usable card. Very usable and good, and a very good card at that. Next up, Jared Goff. Okay, this one is interesting. This one is interesting because Jared Goff gets Gunslinger. He's one of just a couple, 4 QBs in the game that get Gunslinger. This makes me think that next week, most feared, we're going to start getting a lot of Gunslinger QBs. But Jared Goff right now, for his price, I don't know if QBs in this range, in this price range, 100K, are going to be getting Gunslinger, next week. I don't think they will. I would be surprised if they gave it to everybody going forward. So for 100K, and his price will only kind of creep down slowly, Jared Goff goes into must-have because Gunslinger is the best QB ability in the game, or one of the best QB abilities in the game. And if you look at Jared Goff's card, right, if we go to his abilities, he gets the same stack as Case Keenum does for a fraction of the price. This might drive down the price of Case Keenum. It probably won't drive down Rodgers' price, but for this price tag, I think he goes into must-have. Again, if you're someone that doesn't feel like Gunslinger is that important because his throw power is low, I understand that. But this card goes into must-have because of his price tag, and the ability that he gets is so exclusive to like higher price levels, right? So that's why I would put Jared Goff down there, okay? Next up, we have Kalen Saunders. This card is actually really good because if you take a look at the speed, he's pretty much at level with some of the faster defensive tackles in the game, which is really good. And he's going to have that build. Obviously, the stats aren't as good, but if you're someone that, has a theme team and is looking for like a cheap option to put in the middle, Saunders is going to play really well. Also does get really good abilities. I mean, pick artist isn't good, but inside stuff is. So on a guy like this with good run stop stats, I don't know how, he'll be decent rushing the passer. He's got 83 finesse move, but it's really the speed that you're paying for 100K in that inside stuff combination. So if you're looking for like I wouldn't even say budget, just like a cheaper option to like fill out your theme team, I do like Kalen Saunders a lot, and I would actually I'm gonna put him into must have. I think you're gonna see a good amount of Kalen Saunders because of how easy it is to slot in a decent DT at in your specialist tab. So I think Kalen Saunders is a pretty good option. I do. He's good. All right, next up we got Andrew Beck. Andrew Beck, I would put into. I think he goes in the theme team demon. I would say he does. He's probably the best fullback in the game. So there has to be some respect for that. I mean, he's not as good with the ball in his hands as Okoye. Okoye is probably better, but Beck's going to get a bunch of different teams, right? He's a good card, man. He's good. So I would put him in the theme team demon. I would. I think he's going to. I don't know how many people really use fullbacks. Like maybe I shouldn't even put him on here, but he's low theme team demon. Or you can even argue theme team mid because he's a fullback, honestly. But I think like potentially 80, 88 speed if you use fullbacks, like that's gonna be like your best option pretty much, unless you have a Okoye for your team, of course. But the price tags are not. He's half of his price at the end of the day as well. So I do somewhat consider that. All right, David Andrews, 100% theme team demon. His pass block isn't great. It's not great. If you can use a strat card to get this up over 85, that would be great. But 90 run block on this card for Bills and Rams. I think if you have a Bills or Rams team, you're gonna use them. Even a pretty decent option for someone that like just needs a a left guard, and he's a great option for that. He's good. Also secondary right guard as well. All right, Ashton Davis, I considered putting him in must-have, but I'm not going to because Isaiah Simmons exists. If you want to interact with this promo and you're looking for like a cheat safety kind of user, the better option is clearly Isaiah Simmons. But this is actually a really good card. I actually do want to see what his. Oh, I forgot I can check on the website now. They're up. They even pick artist. All right, I mean that's good. That's a good card. So I didn't look at it when I first put him on here, but I'd put him in the theme team demon. I think he falls pretty high up, honestly. Like I'd put him probably here. Like with his height, he can play over the top or could be a user. He's got good coverage stats, like decent zone, right? Good zone there. And then the speed's obviously there too for Dolphins and Jets. So Ashton Davis looking good. All right. Dumanor Lenore. Okay, great name. I don't know who named this guy, but I would put him down there with Kobe Durant. I think they're pretty similar cards in that way. So all we have now is the champions. I do want to kind of go ahead and go up to the ones that came out earlier this week. First up is Pat Tillman. I think Pat Tillman goes right into like a must-have option, mainly because he's an LTD that's going for $450K. Like, that is insane. If we take a look at the strong safeties in this game, he's right up there with the other guys. The only thing that kind of holds him back is the fact he's 5'11", but that's not even a bad height. It's not a terrible height for a safety. It really isn't. But speed-wise, he's right up there, and I think even his value is it's half decent, like 450 for Pat Tillman. And maybe it's the Madden 20 nostalgia rubbing off on me, because if you don't know how good Pat Tillman was on Madden 20, you missed an era. He was stupid good that year. But yeah, I put Pat Tillman up there. Odell Beckham Jr., I would also put him up into our S+. I think he's one of the best wideouts in the game, one of the most fun cards that you could buy on this game right now. But I think at their position, honestly, it is pretty close between these two. I think it's pretty interchangeable between Odell and Pat Tillman. And finally, we have Mike Jones. Mike Jones isn't a card that I don't think people are going to go after outside of a theme team. I don't think they will. There's a lot of user options in this game. That's how you would use this card, because he's not rushing the passer. And his zone coverage is not even that good. So, like, I think outside of a Rams team, are you really going to go after Mike Jones? Probably not. Rams is one of the better theme teams in the game, so you probably will see him. But outside of a Rams team, you're not going to see him. So for that reason, I put him up here into Theme Team Demon. I'm pretty sure that's where Mike Jones belongs. Like, that's what makes sense for Mike. Okay, next up, let's go with the 89s first. Okay, Brian Urlacher. Kind of the same deal with him, right? Kind of the same deal. He does get Enforcer Supreme, discounted, by the way, which, if you believe that's an ability that you need, it's there for you and it's discounted. So I would put Urlacher kind of the same as Mike Jones. I would say these two are pretty interchangeable depending on what you like. So Mike Jones or Urlacher. If I had to pick one, I would probably pick Urlacher, as he is taller and does get better coverage stats. So if you don't use him or you switch stick, he has enough zone where he can hold his own out there. So Urlacher usually kind of gets overlooked, in my opinion. I overlook him myself. I'm guilty of that. Okay, next up, we have Khalil Mack. 89 power moves on this card with really good speed. And then for the abilities, he does get Edge Threat Elite. So really good card. Really good card. One of the best edge rushers in this game right now. Right up there with some of the faster left edge, right edge guys in the game. So yeah, Khalil Mack. And I just realized I missed somebody. I just realized that. We'll have to go back to him right now, actually. He's right here. I think I may have skipped him. But Khalil Mack, we're going to put him up here into, I think he's like up. I think he's up in there. Yeah, he's a good card, man. But let's go back to Trayvon Walker. I forgot I skipped him. This is the definition of a must-have card. His price is good, like 140 for this guy, but the speed is elite. He's pretty decent against the run. He has the build, and the best part about this card is that they also gave him Edge Threat Elite. So I mean, this card is insane. Like if you have a team and you're looking, to use a cheat like in your specialist tab, Walker goes up pretty high. I think Walker's honestly like up in here. Like he's that good of a card. And I know the Jaguars theme team continues to eat, getting another really good like kind of lower overall card. Not even champions. Jacksonville's eating off those guys right now. All right, we already did Khalil Mack. We now got Robert Hunt. Robert Hunt is, I think he's also S+ for a offensive lineman. He is one of the best in the game. The one thing that hurts him maybe is the pass block finesse, but interior, that's not as important. It's not as important. So pretty much every like good stat over 90, 6'6". I wish they gave him like 80 speed on this card. Would have been cool to see, but EA loves this play, by the way. EA how long ago did this play happen? Oh, it says right here, 2 years ago? Feels like longer than that. And EA just they give him a card for this play at every turning moment. No, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, it's kind of weird. I don't know. They always remember that play. I'm sure they laugh in the boardroom like, oh, dude, remember when Robert Hunt ran in the end zone? And they all belly laugh. All right, Amon-Ra St. Brown up next. Amon-Ra, honestly, I love Amon-Ra. Okay, if there's a card to have bias against, it would be Amon-Ra. You guys know I love Amon-Ra. You can probably see his jersey somewhere over there. Okay, this card is kind of mid. Okay, I'm going to be honest. They gave him Short Elite, which is an ability that I actually do like, but I think he goes into Theme Team Demon. I think he could have been a card that was a little bit better, but I'd put him into Theme Team Demon, honestly. I don't think he's a card that, especially with how many receivers we have with 32 team chems, I feel like that's where he belongs, in that range. So before we get into the LTDs, I just want to remind you, hit the subscribe button. We're on that road to 50,000 subscribers. Thank you guys for all the support recently on this channel. The last 2 weeks have been crazy, so thank you guys. But if you are new, hit the subscribe button. We are closing in on that elusive 50,000. All right, let's do Malcolm Butler first. Malcolm Butler, just solid. I don't think he's anything like out of the ordinary for a corner, and we do have a Sherman coming out this weekend to make the Seahawks fans feel a little bit better because they released this card art. But it's a weird card because I feel like he is just overpriced. That's what I'd say about this card, but I don't have an overpriced category. Maybe I should add one. Let me know down below. And by the way, if I should add any categories, let me know. But I think Malcolm Butler belongs in S+. He's one of the better corners in the game. He does get deep zone KO. So I think he ends up there, but he's just a better version of Cam Taylor-Britt. And it's close between, like, I can't put him in must-have either. So, because if I put him in must-have, that means his price has to make sense. His price does not make any sense. He's overpriced. I guess, like, I don't know. It's not a card I love. It's not a card that outside of a theme team anyone should really even consider, unless you just love Malcolm Butler. Okay, Marshawn Lynch. EA consistently does Marshawn Lynch dirty. Who doesn't love Marshawn Lynch? Who doesn't love Marshawn Lynch? Of course, power backs in this game and really a lot of Maddens, juking's better, right? They give him good COD, but why not give this man at least 85 juke move? Why not do it? Like, I don't understand why not. I guess on a theme team with Jahmyr Gibbs boost, you can turn this guy to an absolute monster, but for a lot of people, that's not the reality, right? But, Bills, Seattle, and Raiders. And for the abilities, I mean, he is going to get like jukebox, but he's not going to have that good animation, so there's really no point. What you're going to run on him is tank, which is going to make this card actually somewhat pretty good. But unfortunately, I just don't think Marshawn Lynch for this price makes any sense. I like, outside of a theme team with the running backs we have, and there's a pretty good amount of running backs in this game. I put Marshawn into Theme Team Demon. I mean, obviously his stats are great. The card's going to be great, but I mean, I wish he's had that juke move. I would prefer Saquon's card over him 9 times out of 10. The only thing that can make this card good, in my opinion, is tank. That's like the only real thing and other guys get it right now too in this game. So, like, do any other running backs get it though? There's got to be some backs that get it, because of course, Case Keenum deserves it. Obviously, I think he's the only back that gets it, which, hey, that could be good. We'll have to keep an eye on that one. Did they give William Perry tank? I didn't even look at this card. They gave him 2 AP tank for. I guess you can sub him in. I guess, is that what you can do? Can you sub him in? I don't know, but that's the only thing that really keeps Marshawn Lynch. Like, if they gave him just an 85 juke move, he would be up in here. But it's like, for that price, you almost want the card to be perfect, and his price will drop. I think that the market will realize that, once more get into circulation, his price will obviously plummet. But I don't know, maybe I'm doing him, maybe I'm kind of doing him dirty, but obviously still a great card and still very usable. So that is, did I hit them all? Yep, that is the old Unreal Moments tier list. Again, to kind of summarize this promo, one of the best promos we've seen in a minute on Madden. So hopefully they keep that steam going, keep it going forward into Mosphere. This is the prime months of what we are entering. So get your team right. Get your teams right. Get your team right. Get your teams right. Get your coins right. It's going to be a fun 2, 3, maybe even 4 months, hopefully. Okay, so hopefully you're along for the ride. Hit the subscribe button. Again, on that road to 50K. Have a good rest of your day. Go watch these videos if you haven't yet already, and I'll see you boys in the next one.